Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Shubhendu Parth, editor of DataQuest, and your host for today's webinar on smart surveillance solutions and how it can help create that vital security ring for your premises. The webinar is part of the magazine's capacity building and information sharing initiative, where we bring to you experts from the industry to talk about technology trends, latest developments, and CIO challenges, as also how to training programs and strategy sessions. In today's session, we have with us two distinguished guests who have hands-on experience in security sector. They will take us through the steps and processes of proactive perimeter security. While digital is the way we all are moving forward, there are certain aspects of businesses, be it manufacturing facilities or retail outlets, schools, public places, and smart cities. There is a need to constantly monitor and safeguard physical assets and ensure people's safety. This is where I feel integrated and smart surveillance systems play a big role. With everything in the world moving towards digital, it's also important that such security solutions are able to optimize bandwidth and other resource utilizations. Uh, think of numbers, coming to numbers, research reports have indicated that perimeter intrusion detection and prevention market in India is likely to grow at a CAGR of 10.6%. And it is expected to touch over 400 million US dollars by 2023. It's needless to highlight why we need so much security and monitoring across sectors, across every physical area that touches our lives, places that we cross, we live. We all know about it. What we would like to understand today is more about the trends, where we are headed, and the available solutions. To begin the session, I invite Jose Thomas, National Sales Manager, Axis India, SARC, to share his thoughts and presentation. Jose is an experienced professional with over 20 years in the security industry. He is responsible for building and leading channels, business development, product management, technical consultancy in physical security, networking domain, and video surveillance. A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Thomas. However,
Thank you, Shubhendu.
before I hand over the session to you, I have some housekeeping essentials to announce for the participants. Ladies and gentlemen, for the duration of the webinar, all participants will be on listen-only mode. However, you'll be able to send questions through the chat, and we will take it up depending upon the time available. Your feedback is also very important for us, and hence, may I request you all to submit your feedback at the end of the webinar. To make the session interactive, we have poll questions during the presentation and a video. You can select the options of the poll questions displayed on the screen and send us your responses. May I request Ashok to play the video before we start the session?
Ashok, can you hand over the presentation mode? Jitesh, can you confirm if you're able to see the presentation here?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. Okay, great. So thanks, Shubhendu, for that nice introduction. For all the audience, my name is Joe Thomas, and as introduced, I am the National Sales Manager for the India and South region for Axis Communications. And I have been with Axis for 10 years now, and have been working a lot closer through my team with our channel partners and customers out here in this region. So the purpose for today that we really have this webinar, which is organized by Cybermedia, is basically to give an understanding on our product offerings. My presentation is going to be the first part of what we're doing today, but I'm not going to go into any specific product as much in detail. I have my colleague who will follow suit after this and who will touch upon the technical aspects of what's our offering all about. But before we jump in to the presentation mode, I'm sure there could be some of the questions that come up to your mind. I would probably read a few out of these. What does Axis do? Some of you might be aware of what we do. Why do customers basically choose Axis, and how is Axis different? Will this go beyond an hour? We will definitely try and keep it within the time that we've been allocated. Will there be question and answer at the end of the session? Yes, that's what we plan to do, and we expect that there shouldn't be any technical glitches while we are trying to present this. And last but not the least is, can I be informal in terms of being part of this webinar? I said I would probably like to second that thought of trying to say that you can actually hold up a cup of tea or coffee while going through this webinar. So without any further delay, I'd just like to get into my main theme of the presentation today. What I'll be covering is 5 aspects, which will give you a better understanding on who is Axis as an organization, and what are we currently involved with today, and why do customers really kind of look at Axis solutions, and how do we differentiate ourselves in the marketplace. So that having set tone to my presentation, I would just like to give you a small insight on who is Axis. This sums up basically who is Axis globally. We are an organization which is headquartered out of Sweden, operational in terms of sales to almost 190 countries worldwide. We are directly present in as many as 53 countries through our offices, our local support centers, and the remaining countries we have a huge network of our distribution and system integrator partners who are supporting our end customers. We did an annual business of $1.31 billion US dollars in 2019. We expect this year to be not much of a growth from this number though, but we will turn out to be on a positive side. We currently are known in the industry for our network video solutions, but we'll also touch upon briefly on the other solutions that are gaining our recognition in the marketplace, which is IP audio, analytics, and access control solutions. We are part of Canon Group, Japan. Canon is known for their printers and DSLR photography cameras. We are part of their network security business group, and we've been steadily, kind of growing our business year on year, and our CAGR is in around 20% year on year that we have seen over the last 15 years. So it's been a very good industry to be in, a lot of challenges, a lot of learnings that we have really come across. And we get that knowledge through our customer satisfaction index that we conduct every alternate year, our customers and also our system integrator partners. And I'm happy to say that the results that we've done in 2019, we stand at 82% highly satisfied partnerships, and the customer index being 77 out of 100. You might feel that this is not as good as the scores of CBSE and ICSE that students get today. However, I must say that in the service industry, anything that goes above 70% is world class in terms of standard. A little brief in terms of what has been the journey of Axis. As I mentioned in my previous slide, 1984 is when we started as an organization, very much focused on the network side. We started off with a product that we launched out to the market at that point in time called as protocol converters, and then we also were briefly in the printing business, where we had our products called as print servers, which is enabling standalone printers at that point in time to get into a network scenario. 1996 is when our current identity to the marketplace actually stays relevant. 1996 is when we invented our the world's first network video camera, okay, or what we call as IP cameras today. Since then, our journey has been quite steady. We have stayed as the #1 Western manufacturer when it comes to IP video surveillance cameras, and we've also kind of been gaining our footstep into other newer areas. What we call as today's jargon in terms of thin compute or thin client was something that we enabled, a working model of it way back in 1996, and that is what we are proud of. In 2000s, obviously, our journey has been around coming out and understanding various use cases of customers, various segments. We also learned that hardware is incomplete without the software it has to work with. And we opened up our program called as an Open API program, which we call as the Axis ACAP today, or ADP. And we today boast of around 1,100 partners in the software development side, which are supporting us in as many as 165 different applications that we can talk about on general surveillance, process monitoring, identification, and physical security access control solutions. What we do today is basically trying to reach out or expand the bubble from not only the network video camera solutions, but we've also actively stepped into integrating full-fledged access control solutions on IP along with audio solutions. So we are probably one of the first in the industry to really bring all these three components under one managed interface. And you will get to hear in the future years on more such innovations from Axis. And I will also touch upon the other cornerstones around how we really look at rolling out our products and why customers really like us as a trusted advisor or an OEM brand. Now, for many of you, you might ask, what is it that we really have with our Indian customers? I'd just like to give you a small glance. We are a small team of 26 people, but that doesn't stand out to be said that we don't really service the biggest. We service almost 1,000 plus enterprise class customers, wherein our installed base is as high as 10,000 cameras with them, and probably as low as one camera, which could be multi-site for them. And then we also boast of an association of around 2,500 system integrator partners who have been associated with us, and close to 700 of them who are certified on our global certification program. And before we set up our business in India, for the sales operation, we started our operation in 2007 as a service organization supporting our global customers. It was only towards 2010 we set up our sales organization here. And we carry on the local tech support and RMA center based out of our Bangalore office, and this has been one of the clear differentiators when it comes to IP video surveillance products. Not many of our so-called brands in this segment really boast of supporting our customers in terms of local tech support. There are many good references and customer feedbacks that we get basically by being able to turn around any problem at the quickest. Probably we have also set up a standard in terms of our RMS center offering, which is not very common when we come across IP camera business, where we have a tech support call center, we have a CST based center and an RMA center, all three functioning, helping customers get almost the support all through the week. Now, in terms of vision and strategy, obviously for us it is to really create a safer and a smarter world. But how do we really do that? We do not really believe in trying to just package our solutions and sell it as a box. We look at training our own people. As part of the sales organization, it is mandated that they have to really get themselves certified on the network essentials, and also our product certifications that doesn't necessarily hold good only with cameras, but with the entire solution, which basically goes beyond the camera. It has components like network. It also has components like storage and display. They have to have a clear understanding of that, and also get trained on our methodology, which we are popularizing out here, what we call as the Access Sales methodology, where we really look at hearing what our customers want before just trying to sell our solutions. And this is the same level we try and do with our solution partners in our ecosystem. These are some of our large partners who have got themselves trained, who have all the resources. So when it comes to enterprise customers, we make sure that they are well supported with the people who are IT trained, on the not only the product solutions, but also in terms of understanding the needs of customer for the future. Now, how do we really look at our business model? Obviously, beyond sales, we really look at our 5 strategic pillars, and we would like to break it up as long-term focus. A long-term focus is that what we're looking at is innovating more products which can integrate onto the same platform. When we launched the product in 1996, many people didn't believe that an IP camera could succeed. Today, it is not a revelation for many of our customers who understand that the world is almost tilted towards IP technology when it comes to video surveillance. It took almost 3 decades to really be doing that, and that's very clear with what we want to do as a company even in the future. When it comes to quality, everything that we really think of, from the box to the logo on the product to probably the product itself. There are 2 aspects that we try and challenge ourselves. One, since we have our own offices in 43 countries, we also have 5 of our R&D centers across the globe that really test our products in various environments, both that could be humid, very cold, very hot, arid and stuff like that. And then we kind of, after we are clear in terms of the life cycle of the product, only launch those products out in the marketplace. So that's a hallmark of how Access is recognized out in the marketplace. We've been building a lot in terms of our understanding around trying to keep our products less on carbon footprint and also the sustainability matrix. Almost 95% of our products are basically PVC free today. We use close to 80+% of our products which can be recycled. We've also owning up the responsibility of recycling these products whenever they come in for service to India, and maintain a ledger of all things that we are doing in from a corporate CSR activity out there. On the cybersecurity, I have a slide, but that's something that we all understand because I have seen the audience is a lot of IT managers out there and people associated with the CIO, CTO kind of background. And I'm sure you understand why cybersecurity is important when we talk about IP-based products. And you know, a lot stands around how we really kind of work with our product offering the marketplace. For us, we believe in basically partnerships, and those we are talking about when it comes to not only the product but also the experience we really get from using our product. And we believe that unless we really have the firm partnerships with our channel partners, we would not be in a position to offer the best of an experience to our customers. How do we address the market? Obviously, like most organizations, we have looked at the market in three parts. One being the enterprise customers, who we categorize as users of more than 100 devices of what we sell. Then we also have a medium set of customers who are using around 10 to 100 cameras in their ecosystem. And we also cater to the very small customers. These could be enterprise customers having smaller subsystems. An example could be a coffee shop like Coffee Day, which is a customer for us, where we have close to around 3,000 something odd cameras which have been installed and running for almost 8 years now. But they are enterprise in terms of an overall requirement, but when it comes to the individual shop, it is probably not more than 1 or 2 cameras that they really use. And when it comes to all these solutions, like I mentioned, it is not complete without our partners that really do business with us. So we partner around 1,100 of them for our enterprise class offering. And when it comes to medium solutions, we have the entire offering as end-to-end, because we understand that many remote operations of customers, we might not have the comfort of a full-fledged security head to manage these systems, and probably it's an additional responsibility of the IT manager or the facilities or the security manager to take care of these. So where we don't complicate our offering, I will explain it to you in the future slide. And as mentioned, what we try and believe in is to offer easy understanding for the customer. So when we really look at our product offerings, everything has a part code which is globally standardized and harmonized, so we don't confuse the customers. Our partners are kind of well equipped in terms of all the accessories that go through in terms of building the solutions that are really required to meet the customer needs. So we don't really just sell the main product, but we also sell the entire gamut of things that can really build and give a lasting experience for the customer. Now, coming on to industries that we address, some of the notable ones that we see a lot of our sales going on is shown in the red blocks, which is basically transportation, which caters to all modes of transportation, airports, railway stations, on board the buses and stuff like that. We cater to a varied segmentation of our manufacturing, which in parts, I would say, is also linked to a certain extent to critical infrastructure. And we also do, have retail as one of our biggest segments world over, which also caters to hospitality and warehousing. Government and safe city goes hand in hand for us. These are other large verticals. We have education and healthcare. I'm mentioning the segments out here. I'm not getting into the details of the product category, but we also have certain smaller segments that are evolving, like data centers, banking, prisons, casinos, and stadiums. Now, these are generally not only cameras or speakers that we really sell, but we also sell the entire gamut of analytics and process automation or enablers softwares along with it. When it comes to the medium range, this is something that I wanted to give an understanding, is that at Axis, we have the entire solution, which can even take care of a solution starting for 1 camera and can go to 1,000 cameras. How do we do that? Is basically using our own software platform, which we call as Axis Camera Station. This basically integrates audio. It also integrates IP cameras, integrates things like your ANPR solutions, access control, all in one as one solution. Giving a customer interface which is easy for them to really deploy and manage. This solution is something that we have been selling a lot into the manufacturing segment. We see use cases in India itself going to an extent of around 300 per site. The largest for us on a use case of this platform is 630. That's for an educational institute in south of India. What do we really offer? This is something which gives you a little briefing on the product type that we really sell. So we have network cameras, close to 220 different types of them. It'll be difficult for us to put it up in one slide. Then we have the recorder solutions that come from Axis, the access control solutions. We have audio in terms of both indoor and outdoor, and also for evacuation support. We do use these products. And interestingly, what you see on the right-hand top side, where we classified against control of other equipment, we are able to really manage anything which has relay-based support, or can be operated through an IO. We can actually kind of control this through the same platform as we do for our other products. We've also been actively kind of promoting our mobile viewing app. And what we have not launched in India is basically the cloud computing based platform, which probably we are in the due course of trying to launch it as well in the coming years. We're already in talks with one of the telecom providers in India to help us do that launch out here. Now, the important thing after I've done all this talking is to understand what is in it for you when you really choose an Axis. Now, I have an example of trying to really take an example of an animal which is known for being ferocious and is also looked upon with a lot of respect. This is basically a tiger. I am just comparing this basically with Axis, and I have no cons in doing that, because what we really see in the marketplace is a lot of copies out there. People who really kind of talk about having a mask of a tiger, but then are basically are enduring to give you something else. So our message to a lot of our customers is that what you see outside is what you get inside. At Axis, we believe in manufacturing all our products on our own, and that has also been the philosophy of Canon, that we want our customers to really experience for what you pay. How do we differentiate? Obviously, these are 5 points that I wanted to really touch upon. One, we've been known in the business to be innovators and also being trusted leaders in the space of network video and audio solutions. We've been having this legacy for close to 24 years now. In terms of cybersecurity, I have a slide as well as total cost of ownership, which is not understood by many of our customers. What does this really mean when it comes to video surveillance solutions? I'm sure a lot of customers do have an understanding of what we mean in terms of cost of acquisition and cost of ownership. And I gave an example in terms of what we do in terms with our quality aspiration. And last but not the least is that we build our solution which enables our customers to use our product seamlessly on a platform of their choice. while I did mention that at Axis we have our platform, I also did cover an aspect of saying we have 1100 partners whom we really kind of work. This helps us to really kind of integrate very complex systems using our hardware solutions. And that's what we really believe in as part of the total cost of ownership, because we do not really have any hidden cost when it really comes up from a product life cycle that you really do while buying an Axis product. Okay, coming down to TCO, for many customers, which also has a very complex procurement process, it's very difficult to really make the right choice, because somewhere you have to really draw it down on an Excel sheet and then do a comparison. But what I'm really going to touch upon is a very high level on how we look at the business and how we try our best to really explain it to our customers on what you see is not what you pay, but a lot of things are actually hidden behind what you really look at buying. Major two things that are visible to the eye is obviously the product price, no rocket science here, along with installation or the management costs that are involved. But what is not seen is a lot of things that go on the left-hand side. This is a cost that is bundled into your packaging when you're really buying a product. And also in terms of operating cost, maintenance cost, system cost, system redesign, downtime cost. Okay, these are things that are additionally going to really cost you more. And how do we really see these costs when it really comes in? This is a study that we have really done for installation, which is around about 300 cameras. And what we really found was the camera cost was around 16%, and the software was 3%, storage was 8%, network was 14%, and accessories was around 9%. This was close to around 52% that we really saw as cost. But there was a cost of around about 48%, which was not visible to the customer. And this is what we could really kind of draw out. And we are happy to say that we do a program called as a TCO analysis for our customers, and we have to really kind of make a comparison if any of our customers are looking for it. And we found that basically what comes out of this as a final most customers look at Axis to be around a percent, a affordable premium higher than what they could really look at buying our products. But this is where we really want to explain our customers in terms of how the other components actually build up your cost, which is to do with storage. Axis actually has an innovative technology called a ZipStream. I think it'll get covered in my colleague's presentation, where we reduce the impact on storage cost to an extent of almost 85%, depending on the scene. And when it comes to deployment costs, all of our cameras are completely remote configurable, remote zoom and focus, which helps them reduce the time. I can remember an instance of when our current prime minister actually taken his first term. There was a deployment in Gujarat that we really had to complete in 3 flat days, and this was close to 800 of these cameras, and all of these were done within the record time of installation and handover in 3 days time, which humanly, if we were to try and do it on other regular systems, it would really take a lot of time for basic deployment itself. And when we come to maintenance costs, all our products are basically having a 5-year warranty. So it really means that you do not have an additional cost beyond what you really buy. So there is no AMC costs that really come in to the product side. And last but not the least is basically how good are we in terms of quality. The study has really revealed to us, where we do an analysis of 7-year standard, and we also do an extended thing for 9 years, where we really find the life cycle of our products really going in. And it is one of the lowest when it comes to the industry side in terms of failures that we see out of our product. And what we really see is when we started off, we were around 18% higher on the basic product cost, But when it turned out to be, over a life cycle of 5 years for the customer that we really did, this turned out to be 32% lower than the product, which was basically 18% cheaper while they were trying to acquire the product. So this is something that we really find it difficult to really get away from purchase managers. But then, in short, we would like to really do a study and hand over these understandings to our customers. This is another area that we really find ourselves, focusing a lot. As I mentioned, all our products are IP, and we look at cyber security as 3 basic pillars. One is in terms of how we look at the security management. We still boast of to be one of the companies in our space to have come out with how a hardening has to be done as a practice by customers. And today, I would say this is one of the most downloaded white paper on our website by our customers, both partners and end customers as well. When it comes to vulnerability management, what we believe in is basically an end-to-end encryption from our product to the final layer of where it is getting stored. There are different ways we do that. We do it with onboard chips. We do it with a software-based platform. We do it with encryption while it is connecting from the to the layer of communication, and finally it as well. All types of SSL and certification standards that are followed when it comes to cybersecurity. And last but not the least, in terms of training and collaboration, we associate with all large IT majors in this space, and we kind of offer our products for integration to really understand how the vulnerabilities can be done. We do this through ethical hackers. We do this through large organizations like Google and stuff like that. We have a partnership program to really understand how we could improve on our cybersecurity offering on customers. Jatish to really drive it, who is my colleague. But what we are trying to really convey here is that we don't just look at only the camera from the outside, but also test all environments that are required for certifying our products. This is just an example of cameras, but it also talks about all our products that really go through the same phase of certification and customer feedback. Yeah. So I come to my last slide, which is basically to showcase an understanding on how we have been successful in India. These are some of our names of customers that we have acquired over the last 10 years of our existence in India. I've only brought up some of the customers in the manufacturing and warehousing and support system like a hospital. Just that we are trying to just give an example of our customer base, and also some of our global references of customers who've been using us in multiple continents across the globe. With this, I conclude my part of the presentation and would hand it over to the next presenter for this webinar. Thank you for the patient hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Thanks for taking us through the 26 years journey of Access that started in 1984. And it was quite eye-opener to know that there are you guys have around 220 types of cameras and the kind of solutions, and quite interesting. So we see a lot of questions coming up, but I'll hold that for the end. And but before we move to Gitish's presentation, we have a first poll question. May I request Ashok to please present the questions. So the question is, while considering security systems installation, which are the factors you consider? So please choose the option that you think. Is it budget? Is it storage and bandwidth? Is it quality? Or the technical support? Or ease of integration? So you have 5 options for the question. While considering security system installations, which are the factors you consider are important? And it it's like not like a faster finger first, but we still have a time limitation. So please be quick and respond to it, and we'll see the results soon after you're done with the responses. We just have 30 seconds more to go. So is it budget? Is it storage and bandwidth? Is it quality, technical support, or ease of integration? Which are the factors you think are important while considering security system installations? Thank you, Ashok. And so here is the result. 40% people think that quality and ease of integration is the most important factor, and budget and quality, budget and technical support is a 10-10% split. Storage and bandwidth doesn't seem to be a consideration for anybody. So it's ease of integration and quality, two important parameters. Okay, thank you guys for your quick response. And I now invite our second panelist, Gitish Mathew, Senior Sales Engineer, Access India SAARC, to share his presentation. Gitish has over 14 years experience in electronic security industry, and he's a subject matter expert in physical security, video surveillance, and analytics. So welcome, Gitish, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Can I share my screen now?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Ashok, can you look into it?
Yeah. Can you confirm that you can see my screen?
Yeah. Yes, we can see it. You can move it to the full screen mode. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
great.
thank you. Thank you everyone for attending this session. And Joe's already explained what we are, from where we are. And in my presentation, I'll be explaining or giving an input on what we have, what are the solutions or what are the products that we have it in our portfolio. So in my presentation, majority of the things, the products that we have it in our portfolio, and what are the solution as a customer requirement, what we have it in our portfolio. So before starting, just to confirm that you can see my presentation slide, and my voice is audible to everyone. So if you just confirm, I'll just start with my presentation.
Yes, Gitish, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. So as I mentioned, what we have, as we started our journey in 1996 as the first camera inventor for the network industry. That was the first camera which we have launched in the market in network field. So from that time till now, we have more development happens on our network-based surveillance product. We started with a camera, then we realized that the camera is only one component which is coming into this network or surveillance-based solutions. So we started developing more products in our portfolio, more type of cameras we started. Then we realized that in the market, I think this screen sharing now post. Okay. So we started developing more cameras. Then we realized that there are a lot of analog cameras in the market which already installed, and customer doesn't want to throw their investment in a single time. And we started developing new products such as video encoders, which can convert your analog system to an IP-based solution. So the way we start exploring the market, and we realize that there are so many products which is required to fulfill the customer requirement. So that is how we start developing our cameras, more type of cameras. more type of cameras and encoders. Then we start developing access control system, which is again an essential part for the surveillance or security based concept. So we have the cameras, we have the security system to control the audience or the visitors or whatever kind of restrictions is required. So we have cameras to monitor the system. We have the access control system to control the entry and exit. Then we come up with new solutions like audio products. If we understand or if we notify some kind of intrusion happens or some kind of incident happens, how will we address that? How will we give an alarm to the site or to the remote locations? So we have IP-based audio products which will give you a audio notification or a pre-recorded messages which can automatically can be generated or it can be generated from the control stations. So whenever we develop new products or new technologies, we make sure that the interconnectivity, whatever devices is there in the network, whether it can be compatible to each other. So that is the reason whenever we develop a new products, it will be compatible with each other as well as it will be compatible on the network platform as well, because network is the future which is going to come and which is there running predominantly. So network based product is the product which is there in the future. Analog will be obsoleted maybe in 5 to 6 years time down the line, because there are a lot of limitations are there in the analog products and which can overcome using our IP based products. So if you see the portfolio which we are having in our product as well as solutions, which all comes from the network based platform. So that is how we evolve our design, our development happen on our product portfolio. So we started the camera, encoders, access control system, then the network based audio products. Moving forward, we realized that the cameras we have, but we don't have a stable recording solutions. We developed NVRs which can record whatever data is coming from the cameras. We stored in either in one locations or in multiple locations. System devices which can cater different applications, or it can control different applications, or it can use multiple features like powering up our devices or extracting audio or relay modules using our system devices equipments. Accessories, we started developing accessories also. Whatever products we are having, we need to fulfill that with multiple applications. For example, if the cameras are used in indoor applications, we need the brackets, we need the audio connecting jacks. Like that, many accessories are also required. So we start developing to fulfill the customer requirements for multiple scenarios. The cameras might be installed in indoor applications. It can be installed in outdoor applications. Sometimes the cameras might be installed in a very hazardous environment where the temperature might be very high or the water, rain scenarios might be very high. So that kind of scenarios to overcome, we need sophisticated accessories to cover the protection of our products. So we develop the accessories also, because whenever we outsource the product to a third-party manufacturers, majority of the time what happens, they will be considering multiple parameters, but they will not be considering what the camera is looking for or the customer is looking for. So that is the reason we ourselves start developing the accessories system products for our products, because we know that what is the capabilities of our cameras, what is the weakness of our products. So with that, we will be able to develop more useful accessories for our products which we have developed for the customer requirements. Video management solutions, that is, we realize that there might be customer requirements comes multiple sites where the customer will be having multiple manufacturing plants, multiple retail stores, and the customer wants to see it everything from a single locations. So in that point of time, what we have to do, we have to manage everything from a single platform. None of the customer will be happy to have multiple systems to see from different stores or different manufacturing plant or different factories. They want everything to be in a single monitor, and they need to monitor everything from a single point of software. So that is where the video management software, or I would like to call it as a management software. It is not only video that we are having, we have a lot of product other than video products. So to be considered, that has to be considered as a management software which can manage all your equipments, which is deployed in different locations or different applications. The next products that we have recently developed is the software analytics, where 5 years back, if you ask me what is the purpose of a camera, people will say that, or I will say that the purpose of a camera to record the video. If there is an incident happens, we can retrieve the recorded images and we can monitor it, or we can evaluate what exactly happens there. But currently, 80% of the people or 80% of the customers are looking how we can utilize that camera in very multiple applications. For example, how we can evaluate the trend, how we can evaluate the criticality of the areas. For example, if it's a retail scenario, using our cameras have been already installed in many of the retail stores, but they are just using it for recording, and if some incident happens, see the recorded images. But how we can utilize that investment for your daily customer basis, how many customers are getting into your stores, and which are the areas customers are more focusing. So if you get that inputs, it can be used for your business analytics or business intelligence. You can store more equipments or more brands for that particular applications. For example, if it's a retail stores, you can check it out. Which are the days the more customers are stepping into your stores? Which are the days your less customers are stepping into your stores? Whichever day you have a less customer in your store, you can activate some kind of offers or some weekly offers, so that more customers will be coming on that particular day. So the surveillance system, the video surveillance system or the audio surveillance systems can be used as a business intelligence tool. You have already spent some amount of money on your security and surveillance systems. Why can't you use that for your business intelligence applications? So that is where analytics comes into the picture. And I can say 80% of the system nowadays is looking for multiple applications. Not only for recording the videos, it's used for multiple applications. It can be used for business analytics. It can be used for pre-warning equipments. For example, if our cameras are placed in a perimeter applications, for example, your factory perimeter applications, you don't want to anybody to be get into your factory not through the main gate. Without the main gate, anybody from the back door or the crossing the wall, you don't want to do that. Or nobody wants to cross the areas which is restricted for your premises. So we have analytics like perimeter defender or cross-line detections, where the system can monitor whether the people are crossing the areas or that particular marked zones. And the camera can create pre-alarms, and it can notify the intruder with our horn speaker that this is a restricted area and you are not allowed to cross the area at this point of time. So that way you can avoid lot of incidents or lot of intrusion at your premises using the analytical applications. There are many type of analytics are available in the market. Depends on the scenario, depends on the industry what we are working. If it's a retail, we have retail-based analytics. If it's an industry, we have industrial-based analytics. And if it's a perimeter, we have perimeter-based analytics, which is dedicated for outdoor environments. These are the product portfolio what Axis is having. So over a period of time, we develop all the products, starting from cameras till analytics. Over a period of time, we have developed that. But we still start checking with our partners, checking with our customers. Are we complete? Are we completed the development, or are we completed the portfolio, what you are looking for? We realize that these are the only the product portfolio that we have completed, but not the customer requirement. We didn't complete with that. So that is why our portfolio, we have divided into two. One is the product-based portfolio, and the other one is the service-based portfolio. So if you talk about, we have products, but if you don't have a proper support to that product what we have developed, it's not fulfill the customer requirement. So that is why we started a 24/5 technical support. This can be an online support, this can be a chat support, or it can be frequently asked questions support. You can log into our webpage. You don't need to even call our customer support engineer. You just log into our system, our webpage, and you can just type the question what you're having. You will get an answer for that anytime, 24/7, 5 days. So you get, whether it is a daytime, whether it is a nighttime, you get the solution for what you're asked for. Warranty, that is one of the very important factors. We give the good quality products. Once you purchase the product, it is your products, but the responsibility is still with us for the next 5 years. You don't need to worry about the product. We will take care of that. 5-year absolute warranty for all the products what we are selling. So that means for the 5 years, you don't need to worry about that. Does that ends there? It's the warranty only ends there, but the support what you have from Axis will be there for long. So the warranty for all the products, it's there for 5 years, but the support will be there for long, beyond warranty also. Training, that is one of the very important factors. We have a good car, but if you don't know how to drive it, it's of no use. We have to depend on somebody else. So that is why we have come up with a training program for our partners.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Sorry.
But I'm not able to see your slides if you are changing that. Is there some issue?
Oh, okay. My slide is getting, I'm getting an error saying that
Okay.
screen sharing is now paused.
Paused. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm giving you rights once again.
Yeah,
Please try.
please. Can you see the slide?
Not
Axis
now.
offering for a smarter, safer world.
No, I can't see anything.
Ashok, if
Do
you
you
have
want?
slides with you, can you
No, I don't have.
play it at your end?
Yeah, I got it. Access offering for
Uh,
a smarter, safer world.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
You can see that.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Please
Okay.
go ahead.
So yeah. So I was talking about the training program. So we provide a training program to our partners, to our end customers, to give more knowledge on our products. The training is not only on our products. We provide the training for the networking, network surveillance product, how to install the product, how to maintain the product, how to manage the product. So we give a full-fledged training to our partners, to our users, to our end customers, how you can utilize that devices in a better way, how we can manage the system in a better way. So we provide the training, and there is a certification also for the training. So you can be a certified partner or a certified person for the product what you are using. The tools, there are a lot of tools are available. You can check as an end customer or a partner, you can check which is the right product for your requirement. For example, if you are looking for an outdoor cameras, you can just give the inputs like outdoor camera, what resolution you require, what is the coverage area you require. The system will tell you what type of camera you should look for and what is a solution that you should look for. And not only selecting the product, you can build a solution using our tools. There are multiple tools are available, designing tools, calculation tools, product selection tools. Multiple tools are available in our portfolio, which is absolutely free of cost. You just log into axis.com and you can select which tool you want to utilize it. Cloud-based services, not started right now in India, but we are working on it to start in the cloud-based the solution, because for the cloud-based solution is presentation is still visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, so the cloud-based solution where you can record all the or store all the data in a cloud. Since we haven't implemented that in our region, we'll be working on it to implement that in our region as well. Because if the customer doesn't want to store everything in their premises, we can store it in a cloud. We are waiting to get some kind of certification for that to start the cloud recording here in India. We will be starting soon as well. ACAP, that's one of the functionality which is there in our products, where you can install a third-party products, third-party analytics or third-party software into our cameras. That means it's like you install a Swiggy or a Uber application on your mobile phone. The same way you can install another application on the camera itself or on the speaker itself and utilize the processing power which is there on the camera or which is there on the speaker. So that's a integration part where you can install third-party software or analytics to your system, which you can save a lot of cost on your investment. You don't need to buy a separate server to install an analytics separately. Partnering software, we still work with third-party software like video management software, recording softwares. We, as a Axis, as a brand, we are an open platform company where you can integrate. If you are already using an existing video management software, you don't need to change that. You can still work with a new product from us, and you can still utilize the applications or the softwares which you already have it. So using our products and products and services, we build a complete offering or a complete solution to the customers or the partners with the products and the services. That is the complete portfolio which we are having in our business. So even we have a lot of products in our portfolio, still our major development or major product portfolio is from the camera itself. So starting from entry level cameras to very extreme kind of cameras like explosion proof cameras, we have the wide range of products in our portfolio, where if you are looking for very general applications, very generic kind of not very critical applications, you can go for the entry level cameras, which is cost effective as well as solve the purpose. But if you have a very dedicated place where a petroleum rig or a very sophisticated area where a small spark can be damage a lot of investment. So that kind of applications, you can utilize our explosion proof cameras, which is dedicated for that kind of applications. So a wide range of camera product portfolio we having. I'm not getting into each and every cameras that we are having, because we have around 200 plus camera models available in our portfolio. So that will take a lot of time. So I am not covering all the cameras what we are having, but I will be covering some of the cameras which is useful specifically for industrial and pharmaceutical applications. So the modular cameras, which is the very small cameras, where majority of the times the size of the camera matters when it comes to the areas where you don't have much space to fix the cameras. So we have cameras which is very small at size, but the functionality ways it gives a regular cameras applications. It covers a wider area and it gives you a better image quality with a smaller form factor. So that is where we have the modular cameras. It is very useful for industrial applications where you want to fix the cameras to monitor the machineries. There might not be having much space to fix a camera there. So you need this kind of cameras to monitor the industries or to monitor some kind of testing applications. For example, if you are doing some kind of chemical mixing in a condensed chamber or a closed chamber, and you cannot fix a normal camera inside or near to that. So that kind of applications, you need sophisticated and modular cameras, which is very small in size. So we have a wide range of modular cameras which is useful for this kind of application. Corner mount cameras. In majority of the places, especially when it comes to specific applications, the camera which is projected, especially in the industrial segments, if the camera is projected beyond the wall, majority of the time the vandalism can happen. Whenever the trucks moves or whenever the lifting equipments moves, it can damage the camera. And when it comes to an industrial applications, that kind of movements are everywhere, and it is very, very important to fix the cameras in a safer place. So we have the cameras which can be fixed on a corner, which will not be projected much from the wall, so that it will be blended with the wall, so that a small kind of movements which is happening near to the wall also, it will not damage the cameras. And we have two types of cameras for this. One is stainless steel model, because if it is a chemical reaction area, for example, pharmaceutical companies, there is a lot of places you have dust-free areas and chemical plants where the chemicals can work with plastics and paints. So that kind of areas, we have stainless steel cameras which can be fixed there, which will not affect the chemicals which is used in the chemical factories or some kind of industries. So we have different kinds of stainless steel cameras. The corner mount stainless steel cameras, we have fixed dome type stainless steel cameras. We have even PTZ cameras also stainless steel. So depends on the requirement. If the customer is definitely looking for an area where the dust is happening, or chemical industries where the chemical things can affect the camera's properties, like the paint, plastics and other things. So we have cameras which is dedicated and developed for this kind of applications. Just to confirm that the slide which is showing is Axis Q3517 SLV. Are everybody seeing the same slide? Just to confirm for the safer side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the confirm. Yeah. So this is the stainless steel cameras, which every accessory is also stainless steel, because if you provide a camera with stainless steel and the mounting bracket, the screws, which is not a stainless steel one, which is not effective. So the products what we are having, every product which is comes from Axis, and everything is on stainless steel also, so that it can be used for very hazardous environment and very environments like critical chemical active areas. You can use this kind of cameras. Majority of the customers, this is not only for pharmaceuticals or industrial, majority of the customers, the biggest requirement or biggest request for was that how we can utilize with lesser investment, maximum utilization of lesser investment. So we have developed a camera, a single camera, which can cover a 360-degree view with multiple lenses. Single camera, 4 lenses. 1 cable is required for this camera. That means from the switch, you need to pull only 1 cable, and the usage will be 4 cameras purpose. So that is the way we develop new products, depends on the customer requirement. If the area is a larger production plant where you need to monitor the entire area with lesser investment, how we can overcome that? We are not considering only the camera cost here. We are not considering only camera cost here. We are considering all the cost involved in this camera installation. You have to consider the camera cost, installation cost, maintenance cost, cable cost, switch port cost, BMS license cost, like that. Many costs which is hidden when we talk about the installations. That is what we always talk about the TCO. Jos, in the previous presentation, Jos was highlighting what makes the difference when we talk about TCO. This is how we create the solution to make the overall cost. If you are going with the normal scenario, you need 4 cameras, individually 4 cameras you have to buy, 4 cable has to be pulled from the switch, 4 license you require, 4 PoE ports in the switch you require. The number of camera increases, the number of switches ports increases. When the number of ports increases, switch will increase, the cost will also increase. So this is how we try to reduce the cost of the overall solutions. So in the multi-sensor camera itself, we have various solutions. We have 8.3 megapixel each sensors with 15 fps, or 8.3 with 25 fps, or 15 fps, 15 megapixel cameras with 25 fps. So we have different variants in this, and this is how you will be able to see a single camera, 4 views, 4 area can be covered using a single camera. And you can individually select, if you want to select one particular camera, that also can be selected. So this way we try to reduce the overall cost of your investment when we talk about the overall solution designing. The next, the PTZ cameras, which is generally for the outdoor environments. It can be used for indoor applications also. And we have designed a new Q61 series. That's the latest cameras, which PTZ camera, which we have designed. We have compared to normal PTZ camera, this camera can cover 20 degrees above the horizon. That means if the camera is placed on a floor number 1, 20 degrees above the floor number 1 also can be viewed. That means if you have a hilly areas, if you want to monitor more larger area, it can cover higher altitude as well using these cameras. And this is camera with IR illumination. We have up to 200 meters IR coverage using this particular series of cameras. And in this series also we have different resolutions. We have starting from 720, 180, as well as 4K resolution, which is 8 megapixel. We have different resolution also in this kind of cameras. And this camera comes with a lot of features like light finder, which will give you a color image in very low light scenario. Light finder, that is one of the very important factor when it comes to surveillance, because color is 60% higher identification you will get it using the color images. For example, if most of the incidents or intrusions happens in the low light, majority of the time when it comes to the low light, all the cameras give a black and white image, and all the dark colors on black color and all the light colors will be on white. And for example, if it's a city surveillance application, I'm just giving an example, there will be having many same brand cars, same model cars with different colors. And if everything looks on a black, the probability of getting that correct culprit will be lesser. But if you know that it's a red Maruti esteemed car, that means the probability of the filtration happens then and there itself, and getting that the right intruder, it will be easier for them. So Light Finder is a technology which Axis is developed long back, 2 years back or 3-4 years back, which gives you a color image in very low light scenario. The technology what we are using there is the light enhancement. Whatever little light is available in the scene, we enhance that light using the algorithm and give a color image. The next technology is the optimized IR, where the camera will automatically detect how far the object is and adjust the light intensity. If the object is too far, activate the high intense light, and when the object is very close, activate the low intensity light. It's like when we drive on a highway, we put our high beam and low beam. The same functionality the camera will be doing automatically. So that's the optimized IR, which will provide you more details on the object which the camera is monitoring. The SIPStream is the technology which again Axis developed for storage and bandwidth. I was just monitoring the poll which we are doing. Majority of the people not opted the storage and bandwidth, which is one of the very important factor, because when we are considering 10 cameras, we might not be think about the storage and the bandwidth. But when we have a large number of camera installations, one of the very important factor will be the bandwidth and storage. Because when we calculate the storage, when we calculate the overall project, 30% of the overall cost goes to the storage and bandwidth. Storage only, 30% of the overall cost. That means the 70%, balance 70%, including everything, your installation cost, your camera cost, your server cost, your network cost, everything put together 70%, but only the storage cost goes 30%. So storage and bandwidth has a very important role when we calculate the overall cost of your project. And SIPStream will help you to 10 to 80% more savings on your storage and bandwidth compared to any standard H.264 or H.265 cameras which is used in the market. 10 to 80% more savings. Why I'm not saying that exact 50%? Because it depends on the movement which is there in the scene. So the SIPStream help you to save your bandwidth and storage. And the bandwidth and storage is your recurring cost. Your camera cost is a one-time investment, but your storage and bandwidth is the recurring cost. Whenever your storage is full, if you don't put it on overwriting mode, whenever your storage is full, you have to go for a new storage. And the bandwidth monthly, we have to pay for that. So that is one cost we cut short 80% more using our SIPStream. Laser focus, that is for the focusing techniques. Electronic image stabilization, very important for industrial applications, because whenever you fix a cameras on a wall or on a pole, when a huge truck goes or a wind vibration, the camera will vibrate, very limited vibration. But if the camera is zoomed a longer distance, it can impact heavily on the images. So electronic image stabilization, which is known as EIS, which will give you a better image, usable image using this EIS feature on this camera. And these are the features which is there on the cameras which I have discussed: shock detection, automatic defogging, electronic image stabilization. These are features which is there on the cameras. And there is one more feature which we have developed 2 years back, which none of the competitor couldn't be able to copy so far. My colleague Jose has mentioned, there are a lot of copycats are in the market. We develop a lot of technologies, or we come up with new variants of cameras or new features on the cameras. Majority of the within 1 year or 2 years time, the competitors or somebody will be copying that technologies. But this is one technology which we are seeing for the last 2 years. Nobody could able to copy it. This is the only camera which is available in the market which has a self-cleaning mechanism. Majority of the time when you fix the camera on an outdoor, the rain happens on the rainy season, and the image you will get it like what you are getting it on the first image. And we have something called speed drive, which is there on this particular camera, and the camera will automatically vibrate, and the water drops on the camera bubble will be dropped down from the cameras. I have a small video which will be playing and how it works. The camera, how it vibrates and clear the water drops on the camera zoom. This is not only for rainy season, it can be used for camera cleaning also. You can use the water jetter and clean the cameras, especially for the industrial applications. You see the image without, this is the image without speed drive, and this is the image with speed drive after the speed drive activates. So that's the difference that we develop for the customers. The next, the camera model what we have is a Q6250, which is the industrial grade camera, PTZ camera, which has a 400 meter IR range, huge coverage. This is also a military grade standard, mil grade 810G and NEMA TS2 compliant, and it is having IP66 and 68 NEMA 4X rated, and it can withstand up to 245 kilometers hour wind resistance. So if you are fixing it on a pole or on a wall, if the wind resistance is 245, it can withstand on that width also. And this is one of the highest or the biggest sensor which we used in the surveillance industry. It's a half-inch sensor. Generally, half-inch sensors are used in the SLR cameras. So we have half-inch sensors for more details to capture it from the field. And this camera comes with the wiper. If you have very rainy environment, you can use the wipers to clean the water for this particular cameras. So this is an industrial grade camera specifically for industrial applications or wide range of coverage. If you require, you can utilize this. This can be fixed on a pole, can be fixed on wall or tabletop, whichever way you want to use this camera can be used. As I mentioned, stainless steel cameras, if the requirement is for the chemically challenged areas, you have to use stainless steel cameras only, because the chemicals can active with the paints, the plastics which we used on, or PVC which is used on the regular cameras. So if you use the stainless steel cameras, you will not be facing that kind of problems in the long run, because the cameras are not meant for 1 year or 1.5 year applications. The cameras are, we are installing that for a 5-year or a 10-year purpose. So you should always look for a long-term applications. So if it is a chemical factories or any kind of chemical reactions can happen, you should not take any risk giving normal cameras on that kind of installation. Camera may be working for 6 months or 8 months, it works normally, but after that the camera performance can go down. Using the bubbles can be activated with the chemicals or the PVCs or the plastics or the paint which is used on that, it can be activated. Thermal cameras, majority of applications in the industrial, you want to detect the temperature. of the machineries, you want to detect the temperature of the moving objects, you want to detect the object which has heat emitting features. So thermal cameras which can detect the temperature which is coming out from the machineries, which can coming out from human bodies, which can be coming out from vehicles. So that can be utilized. The thermal cameras can be utilized to detect or measure the temperature. For example, when it comes to machineries, the machinery should not go beyond a temperature level. For example, every machineries will be having a temperature grade. The machinery should not go beyond that. We have temperature detection cameras which can detect the temperature and give an alert to the authority that the temperature go beyond the threshold level. For example, if the camera, if the machinery temperature has to maintain always 18 degree, the machinery temperature should not go beyond 18 degree. So you can put a threshold. The camera can monitor the machinery and put a threshold of 18 degree or 17 degree. The moment the machinery reaches, or the area which the camera is observing reaches above 18 degree or 17 degree, whatever is the threshold we have kept, the camera send a notification. It can be an email notification, it can be a alarm notification. IP-based speakers can give an alarm from the command from the camera. No human intervention itself is required. The camera can directly talk to my speaker and it can activate an alarm. Pre-recorded announcement can be done. So that is the interconnectivity what our products is having. All the products are interconnected logically and can send commands to each other. So human intervention can be avoided and instant activations, instant resolutions can be activated using this connectivity. So that's the thermal cameras, widely used in the industrial segments, widely used in the perimeter applications, because thermal cameras has a wider range of coverage. We have up to 5.5 kilometer range on our thermal cameras. That means if your perimeters are larger, you can reduce the number of cameras using our thermal, because on the perimeters you don't need to identify the person, you just need to detect that there is an intruder there. The moment you detect the intruder, you can send a guard there, or you can send a patrolling vehicle there, or you can send an announcement there. We have noticed that there is an intrusion. So that kind of awareness we can develop, and you can reduce the number of cameras using our thermal cameras. Explosion-proof cameras, very hazardous environments. We require explosion-proof cameras. This is filled with nitrogen gas and stainless steel body, where if there is some kind of spark happens on the camera, it will not ignite any kind of larger explosions. So this is very important when it comes to chemical factories, when it comes to petroleum rigs, gas filling stations, and anywhere it's hazardous and explosive areas. You need this kind of explosion-proof cameras. And this is very sophisticated cameras, and not much competition is available in the market, and special certification are required for these cameras. Multiple certificates are required for this kind of cameras, and most of the industry standard certificates are available for our cameras. So whatever is the requirement, let us know. We will provide you the right camera models specifically for the explosion-proof segments. This is one of the new technology which we have implemented on the surveillance, which is the radar technology, which generally we are using it for defense applications for a very long time, but we have launched that in our surveillance system also. We work with our cameras, this radar system. The radar system will talk to our cameras, our speaker systems, and build a complete solution which can give more accurate detections. Where the radar system gives you more accurate, very hazardous environments, foggy conditions, smoke conditions, or rainy seasons. it will be very difficult for a normal camera to capture that kind of images. In a normal camera, if you are fix a normal camera in a smoky environment, you will not be able to detect anything. There, our radar system will help. It will detect the movements and it can trigger an alarm. Also, a PTZ camera can track the moving objects. The benefit of radar is it can track the moving object, it can calculate the speed, it can evaluate the direction. So that is the advantages of radar. It's the most advanced technology which is used in the surveillance segments. The advantages of radar, it's a wide area coverage compared to the camera. It can give you a wide coverage. 180 degree is the coverage what we have it in our radar system, 180 degree. So if you have 2 radars in your premises, all the 360 degree will be covered. It works 24/7 in any weather conditions, smoky conditions or rainy conditions, foggy conditions. It doesn't have any impact on that. It works perfectly on different weather conditions. Minimize false alarms. It adopt with the situation.
Mr. Matthews.
There's a learning process. Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to stop you because we have overshot the time by 36 minutes. So can you please, conclude
yes.
it?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for highlighting me. I'll go a little faster. So it gives you minimum false alarms. That the biggest challenge for any surveillance system: 10 false alarm, 11th right alarm. We will just ignore that. So false alarm can be, and the best part is GDPR. It complies all the GDPR, privacy and security. Integrate with all the devices, existing VMSs, camera systems. It is compatible. Management solution, the video management. We have 2 systems: Axis Camera Companion and Axis Camera Station. Recorders, we have 3 segments: S11, S22, and S3008. These are the standalone devices: S11 and S22, server based and appliance basis. And for multi-sites, we have a new products which is S3008, which for multiple application, multi-site applications, which can be monitored from a single location. I was talking about the analytics. Huge number of analytics are available. So with that, we will be able to use the customer analytical applications also. Audio solution, a wide range of audio product portfolio we have, starting from microphone, speakers, audio bridge, which can convert your existing analog system to an IP-based audio products. These are the speaker range what we are having. That's the advantages of Axis product. The chipset what we are having. This is developed by Axis, manufactured by Axis, and all the Axis products will be having this chipset. What advantages you will get it? The powerful imaging, powerful security, and powerful compression method what you get it, and also it will give you a powerful analytics on the camera itself. Cyber security, we talk about the cyber security. That is one of the upcoming threat for any kind of network based product, and this is all on IP based products. So we are very keen on cyber security, and these are the focus areas what we are looking for: physical exposure, network exposure, and service exposure, credentials and privileges, and encryptions. All our products, encrypted data will be transmitted from one location to another, so it's all safe. When we talk about the cameras or the products, these are 3 kind of products that you will get in: OEM products, ODM products, or the original manufacturer product. When you have an OEM product, the product will be developed by somebody, the product will be marketed by somebody, but the brand will be something else. ODM means everything will be there, but all the functionalities work as per the product portfolio. But the original manufacturer, that means developed by the same company, manufactured by the same company, and sell as the same brand. Full control on the products. So in cyber security, that is very important, because we know where the glitches can happen, and we can find the solutions as fast as possible. So all Axis products, it's an original manufacturer. We don't do any OEM, we don't do any ODM. That means everything comes from Axis. It's designed Axis, developed Axis, manufactured by Axis, and produced by Axis itself. So that's all from my side. The last 2-3 slides I was little bit on hurry because we have overshoot the time. So back to the questions.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews, for taking us through the product portfolio. And we have some questions, but let me see if we can take it. But before that, we have a poll, and may I request Ashok to please present the poll question. Yeah, so here it is. What are the top challenges while considering to deploy surveillance system? There are 5 options. Remotely monitor multiple sites with less resources. Storing and streaming the video footage. After installation, are there any security loopholes? After installation, what is the tech support for the glitches? And how easily can I integrate the existing system with new one? So what are the challenges that you think you may decide to answer? Take one option. It's a quick poll, and we'll have it for 30 seconds, and then we'll display the outcome of the responses. What are the top challenges while considering to deploy a surveillance system? You may take your pick now. Okay, so here are the answer. As I can see, 50% people say that believe that the top challenge is how easily they can integrate the existing system with the new one, whereas 25% respondents have said that one of their challenges is to remotely monitor multiple sites with less resources. And similarly, another 25% have selected storing and streaming with video footage as their challenges. So the only 3 options have been selected. And may I request, Matthews or Jose to kind of comment on the response. What do you react to the responses from the audience on this? Would you like to respond? Okay.
Okay, yeah, there are some questions.
Please.
Yeah, do you have any analytics and AI-based object detection solution which improve security and optimize base performance? Yes, we have recently, we are going to launch a new analytics, which is the object detection, object classification. It's not an object detection. We will be launching a new object classification analytics on our cameras. It's again an edge-based analytics. You don't need a separate server or anything. The camera will be having an edge-based analytics which can classify the object as human or a vehicle. So object classification is coming, it's on the roadmap. So we will be launching very soon the object classification software.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews. And I would suggest we don't take any more questions because we are already 44 minutes ahead of the, beyond the scheduled time. So I'd close it now. Thank you, Mr. Matthews. Thank you, Mr. Thomas, for the wonderful session and for walking us through the security essentials and the different kind of cameras and all. And thank you, Axis Communications, our partners, for the technology session today. And on behalf of Cyber Media and DataQuest, I would also like to thank all our participants who joined us today. And I'm happy to inform you all that today's webinar will be available as a video on demand on DataQuest YouTube channel for you to watch and later and share it. And with this, I'd like to call it a day today. But before that, I have a request that please share your feedback through the form that will be soon visible on your screen. And signing off now, this is Shubhendu Parth, your host for today's webinar. Stay home, stay safe, and keep reading DataQuest. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.